Okay, there's a little bit of a delay that I can see, but I think that's fine. Yeah, we're live. Okay. It just takes a little bit because it's going like on multiple platforms. So for it to like restream and reach those platforms, it takes a little bit. Yeah. It's going like on multiple platforms. If you can hear me.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna record it. If you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, sure. Yeah.
Recording in progress.
Okay. So
Yeah.
let's wait for a couple more minutes, and then I think we should be good to go. Okay. So how was your day?
Oh, it's busy.
Yeah.
Crazy today. Yeah.
Oh,
But not too bad. I'm meeting few friends in the evening, so which is always good.
yeah. I think you need that after like a whole week. Just wind down,
Yeah,
relax.
and we also work on Saturday, so we don't
Oh,
have a
okay.
five. Yeah, so it's working day tomorrow as well.
Okay.
Not too bad. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
I guess.
I think for an entrepreneur, you're like working 24/7.
Yeah, we don't have Sundays.
Yeah.
If a client says that, can I come on Sunday? Yes, please. What time? That kind of thing. But I think we have also realized after COVID that, you need to take
Yeah.
time for yourself.
Very
And I
important.
think that was a big lesson for all of us.
Exactly. I think I think that's one good thing that may have come out of this.
And secondly, you just, I think, realize that how much strength all of us have.
Yeah.
We had to go through so much, and, we are here healthy, alive. What else you need?
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, we can start. We have a few people that's been watching. So, okay.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us on this very special episode for Women Entrepreneurship Day. I'm your host Erica Fernandez, and we have Dr. Medha Tadpatrika from Rudra um, Blue Planet Environmental Solutions. So their company deals with turning plastic waste in manufacturing of machines, which is done in an environmental, eco-friendly way. So before we get to all like the juicy parts of what you actually do, can you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Dr. Medha Tadpatrika. I'm a director of Rudra Blue Planet Environmental Solutions Limited, as well as I'm a founder trustee of Keshav Sita Memorial Foundation Trust. And I think it's a woman power. So, I think that's about me really, because so everything else is just the work, I guess.
So can you please tell us a little bit more about Rudra Blue Planet Environmental Solutions? What was your idea behind it? What is your vision for the company?
There was actually, I'll always like to say I'm an accidental environmentalist. Coming from a good family with, my parents were in a medical profession. My brother is a doctor. My father was a doctor, hospital. So I always wanted to be a doctor. And I actually got good marks when I was in 12. But my mom said, don't be a doctor because, you won't be able to do anything else. And I think I have to thank her because she said, you can do much more than just being a doctor. Doctor is a noble profession, but you like so many other things. So do something different. And I think at that time, mother coming and telling you that don't be a doctor was a big thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's when we try to be as anyone. You study. You get degrees, you work in a company, then you start your own company, and I think until 10, 11 years ago, it was just that, I was loving my job, but I think at certain point you start to question yourself, why am I here? Am I here for this? Am I here for that? Purpose of life. I think all of us do that. You got few more years to, realize that.
Yeah.
But, I think all of us go through that. And in 2009, me and my co-founder Shirish, we had gone to one of the wildlife sanctuaries.
Hmm.
And there we saw a deer killed. So it was just like, okay, what was it? Is it the tiger that has killed the deer? We all are very excited. A couple of days down the line, we were told that they found a plastic inside the stomach of that deer.
Oh.
And it was like, it was a really, appalling, because such a lovely animal. And,
Yeah.
so when we came back, every time anybody used to come and we used to show pictures of that trip, it was always like, why don't people do something about it? Somebody
Hmm.
needs to do something about it. As like, we all say that. And a couple of months down the line after that, me and Shirish were having cup tea in the office, and we just looked at each other and said, aren't we saying the same thing, that somebody needs to do something about it and we are not doing anything? So at least let's find out what plastic is, because we had no idea. We had learned in school,
Hmm.
so had no idea. So we literally got, we literally used to hound all of our engineer friends, polymer, chemical, mechanical, just to come and have a cup of tea and chat with us. And that's when we realize it takes around 500 to 1000 years for a plastic
Hmm.
to
Yeah.
disintegrate, and nobody knows, nobody has seen it, because it was discovered only 125 years ago,
Hmm.
and that it is made from the fossil fuel. So it was just in the back of our mind. We said, okay, it took us 6 months. We were chatting with people and discussing. But actually, the moment came when we saw a piece of ice melt. And I don't know what happened. It was like, water turns to ice turns to water. Can we do the exactly same thing with plastic?
Yeah.
And that's how we started. Actually, everything started in the kitchen. We still have that pressure cooker, the first pressure cooker where we started all the experiments.
Oh wow.
And then I think that's where, but it took us a long time. It took us
Hmm.
more than 6 months to actually get uh, the fuel from the plastic.
Yeah.
And if you think about the vision and mission, we also realize, now 10 years, that only innovation or technology is not a solution for any plastic waste management.
Yeah.
It has to have the awareness, it has to have a efficient collection system. Then you need to make sure that whatever you generate gets used in a good way,
Hmm.
and it helps the society.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a vision that we continue to work on the same thing, that where it's not only the innovation but other things as well.
Okay, that's nice. What inspired you to come up with this idea?
Yeah, like I said, this the whole deer incident. And I think when you get that bug bites you, you just carry on. See, when we started, we built a first machine after 6 8 months, and it was actually a bigger pressure cooker, because
Hmm.
no idea about how to build a machine. So we used to draw like a pressure cooker, and our friends used to build it. We were so proud, and in saying that, hey, we managed to do something. We were the first one in India that time, so we
Hmm.
got a lot of publicity. But somebody came after a couple of months and said, you are emitting the gases, which is harming the environment. We scrapped the machine same day,
Hmm.
and we said, okay, yeah, okay, it's a learning curve for us. We are not trained engineers. It's just all the uh, our passion. That's why we are doing. So we literally did nothing for 6 months. And then after a while, it was like, okay, what's the gas? How can we find out? So
Yeah.
we used to collect the gas, and then try to find out the composition of it. And we realize it's similar to our LPG, where we can use it as a heating source. And then again, we started working on it. So I think the ideas kept coming in the form of obstacles
Hmm.
and the opportunities.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay, that's nice. Knowing what you know now, is there anything that you would do differently when from when you first started?
No, I think no, because see, you firstly you can't go back and change anything. So, so it's no point saying to ourselves that oh, I would have done this, I would have done that. So, and at this juncture of life, you just can't say. You
Hmm.
just have to look forward rather than looking at the backward. So, I don't think I would change anything. We had a lot of hardships as well. We
Yeah.
had like every entrepreneur faces that you have to pay. Your employees and there is hardly any money in the bank kind of a thing, so we go through all that as well. So but
Oh,
I know I wouldn't change a single thing, no.
oh, that's lovely. So, how is your invention different from the competition in your niche? Like, what is your USP?
Okay. See, basically, our focus is on the quality and the safety.
Hmm.
So, whatever we do, we will, when we actually started doing this, we wanted to make sure that this technology is financially viable.
Hmm.
So, it wasn't like, okay, we have developed the machine now, let's go and sell it. And let's do the experiment in somebody else's, with somebody else's money, with somebody else's premises. We literally ran the machine for almost 4 years. Yeah, almost 4 years before we actually went into the market. So the focus was on the quality and safety. So safety of a team, safety of the environment. So we also took all the ISOs. We have done all the third party validations. Because see, whatever we make, we have to make sure that they adhere to the world class, not only we will just do it for the local market.
Yeah.
So all our designs, all our specifications we make are for the world market.
Yeah.
So we had made that conscious effort. And also we only work with stainless steel. So we do not make any plants in any other. So that is also gives a longer life for the plant. But again, safety, and that is, I think, the most important thing for us:
Yeah.
quality and safety.
Yeah. That is true. That is true. What strategies did you first use to market your business?
None. We did. See, like I said, we never gone into this saying that this is what we want to achieve.
Hmm.
And it has always been okay. What can we do with this? What can be done with that? We even don't have the name on the outside or anything. Even our collection vehicles don't have any branding onto it. But we realized that instead of that, any advertising, we have not done any kind of press conferences, do this or do that. Rather, we believed in communication.
Hmm.
Telling people exactly that plastic is a brilliant, but plastic waste is a problem.
Yeah.
And what we do. At the same time, we had a lot of transparency. See,
Hmm.
through our trust, we collect waste plastic from various households. Now, I think in Pune, we're collecting from more than 37,000 households. So what we did was also telling people, okay, you're giving us a plastic waste, but that does not mean that that's your responsibility is done and gone.
Hmm.
You give us plastic, but you need to make sure that what we do is also environmentally friendly, and you need to come and see.
Yeah.
So before COVID, I think we in a year, I think we had more than 1,600 people visiting the plant to see exactly what happens to their plastic waste. At the same time, what we did was we gave more than 50,000 kilos of plastic waste to the corporation, Una Corporation, where they made the roads. So people to see what exactly happened. So, we had actually, and that helped us because instead of we doing our marketing, I think people started telling each other, and we started getting journalists like people like you coming and saying, okay, hey, what are you doing? So that kind of, I think, and we also found that if you are transparent, if you tell people that there is a viable solution for the end of life traditionally non-recyclable plastic waste, because see, our focus is mostly on that. So
Hmm.
packaging,
Hmm.
biscuit wrappers, your crisp wrappers,
Hmm.
where there is no monetary value,
Yeah.
so there is no recycling. So it usually
Oh.
ends up in our landfills, or it goes into our waterways. So
Yeah.
our focus has been that. So
Hmm.
we actually work alongside waste pickers, where they take the thicker plastic, which can be converted into back into plastic, while we get mostly the non-recyclable kind of a thing. I think that kind of a message was clear, and I think that helps. So again, no clear, like, let's do this kind of advertising, or let's do that. There was nothing like that at all.
I think word of mouth marketing is the best marketing.
Yeah. Yeah. And people say to us that, why don't you publicize? And you say, I somewhere, I think I come from a older thought process is, if you do good, if your work is good,
Absolutely.
that should speak.
Absolutely.
Because rather than just saying that, we are kind of a day that if we do any awareness or something, a lot of time I realize I have not taken any pictures, because I come out and say, "Ah, I forgot to take pictures." I'm learning, because people say that you need to have you need to do that. But I do. I literally forget and say, I forgot to take the picture. Oh, I forgot to take the, post it on online. So we are useless when it comes to social media. And, so there was nothing like that.
I'm sure. I think you're more focused on the event rather than taking pictures, so it's completely.
Yeah, but we need to take pictures for the documentation. I realize that.
Oh
So
yeah.
my team keeps scolding me, ma'am, you have not taken any pictures. So,
Wow. My cheeks just started hurting. Okay. Um. So, are there any, like, did you find any biases or challenges that you faced as a female entrepreneur?
I think as a female, anyone, all of us do face, some kind of a biases, some kind of a challenges. And as an entrepreneur, I think everybody faces challenges.
Yes.
My problem was that, in a waste management sector, there are very few women.
Hmm.
So whenever I used to go and tell people that, hey guys, we do this. Lot of time in a whole hall, there used to be only a couple of women and mostly men. So
Hmm.
first it was disbelief, that people thought, hey, you're just making up something like this. Nobody does anything like kind of a thing. So yeah, first thing was that getting through
Yeah.
that barrier,
Yeah.
saying, hey, that is when we started inviting people to come and see, and that this actually happens, that people
Hmm.
see that going in one side, coming fuel out from the other side, does
Yeah.
actually happens. And I think, thankfully, my business partner is a man. So a lot of time, it does help as well.
Yeah.
But again, first when we started going to people, I think it was always like, people used to talk to him,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
used to think, I'm just there to take the notes, kind of a thing. But I think after a while, it became quite all right. It was different afterwards. But yeah, and we all have to be, I think, we all get used to it, having
Yes.
biases. You see questions in people's eyes. Everybody want to know your private life. Everybody wants to know, how many kids do you have? Everybody,
Yeah.
all that
Yeah.
kind of a thing. And then they judge you as a
Yeah.
woman. And I'm sure you had to go through all that. And I think I think women have such a strong force that we take it in our
Yeah.
stride.
Yeah. I think
I think,
we just have to, like, brush it off and be like, we know
yeah,
who we are. We don't need anyone
yeah.
else's, saying that,
And
we are going to be successful.
yeah, and when we have a good support team, I think
Exactly.
you drown out all those voices,
Yes.
naysays. And I think you have to believe in yourself that,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that helps. And I think, and challenges are the most wonderful thing, I think, because if you don't have a challenge, you will not think.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know how, instead of saying, "Oh, I have a problem," I
Hmm.
always like to think I have a challenge.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I never, I'm one of those that I don't take that much stress of a things. That, okay, I
Awesome.
don't have money, I don't have money, I don't have this. Okay, so what?
Yeah.
It's life. You just get, each day is a, each day is a special,
Exactly.
and just get on with it. So.
Awesome. I love your thought process and how you take things on. I just hope, like, people get inspired by your thought process and, work in that direction. Okay. Our next question is, okay, is there any like interesting story, or incident that has happened while you're working on your company?
Quite a few, actually, and sometimes we just forget. When we I was thinking about it, there were like a flood of things which were, like two contrasting, different stories. First was, actually, we were invited by one of the premier institutes of India to come and give a talk about our invention. And they are all, IITs, PhDs. And me and Shirish were traveling, and we were thinking, what are we going to tell them? We are just so common people, and they have so much knowledge. And what can we tell them? And we started giving the presentation that this is what we been doing, this is how much output we get, and this is the liquid fuel. We showed the film, and we were waiting for a lot of questions, and a lot of people saying, "Yeah, it doesn't happen," blah, whatever.
Yeah.
And after that, the presentation finished, we were surrounded by, like a celebrity, with all of the doctor and saying, can we work with you, because we have not been managed to do what you are doing, and we don't get that much of an output, so what do you do? So we had to invite few of their scientists to come and come to our plant and stay there for 8 days, actually take down the notes. But it felt good that people surrounding you, and that was a
Yeah.
brilliant. That, and sometimes I think we forget that what we do. We always try to think, no, there
Nothing.
must be
Yeah.
people. Yeah, it's nothing. But I think that has taught me to believe in what we do,
Yes.
and believe in that, that we are doing something, we are doing okay. At the same time, because we collect lot of plastic waste,
Hmm.
we get a call from people saying, oh, kachre wale. um, so that kind of a thing. But see, what inspired me about it is, again, a woman. uh, as we collect plastic from various places in
Hmm.
Pune, there is this lady who is around 90 to 93 years old. And she used to give a small bag of plastic, and it used to be all biscuit wrappers or her
Hmm.
medicine wrappers, kind of a thing. And I asked her, at this age where nobody wants to think about anything else than oh, my family, or I'm not well, or this,
Hmm.
you are making a conscious effort.
Yeah.
Why is that? And she looked at me and she said, well, I'm alive, aren't I? So if I can do something good for the environment, I
Yeah.
can do it until I'm not dead.
Yeah.
And I think that had such an impact, because all of us at certain point think, why do we also get people saying that, why should we do it?
Hmm.
What's in it for me?
Oh.
And when somebody at that age can say, hey, I can make an effort, and I can change for the better. And I think every time I feel down, or every time I think, hey, if that can, that woman can do it at post 90. I think I have a long way to go, but I can do it as well. Yeah.
I mean, perfect at that. Women's is
I
like the
know.
response she gave is like on, like
I
she
know.
just hit it on.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I think that was like, I still, whenever I still think of that, I still get goosebumps. And
Yeah,
because, if somebody can have that much passion at that age,
exactly.
wow.
I
You
hope I have that much passion. Oh my god, amazing, amazing. Okay, are there any challenges that you are facing at your firm right now, and have you received or got any solution for that?
See, everybody is going through the, after COVID, aftermath. And so everybody is suffering. We all, because it's taking time to pick up.
Yeah.
But one good thing has happened because of COVID is people are become more aware about the
Yeah.
waste and have become more aware about the plastic waste.
Mm.
And it's like, okay, now how can I contribute? How can I make sure that such thing does not happen? So all of us have gone through that slow, in between the prices of raw material increased,
Mm.
and you had to face, because it's eating in your profit margins. But
Mm.
once you give word, you can't take it out. And also, we actually, major thing we face is the support from government, because they are aware, and now central government is doing a lot
Yeah.
of for this plastic to fuel technology,
Mm.
where they have recognized it as one of the ways, official ways of recycling.
Yeah.
So that is a good thing. But again, about the fuel,
Oh yeah.
I don't have a research, or laboratory.
Hmm.
So if I can support in a government or organization, research institutes, where we can improve the quality of
Yeah.
this fuel,
Huh.
or it can be used as an add-in fuel, or it can have another. Because see, as a just a business, there are limitations.
Yes.
So we have tied up with few institutes and few research organizations.
Hmm.
But if something comes from the government, it's always better.
Yes.
And I think, but again, things are picking up, and we're getting a lot of uh, inquiries. There is no money in the market sometimes, but hey, we all have to work. But it has made one thing is, the business models are changing.
Hmm.
Now we have our own plants as well. So, that is one way of uh, getting the more revenues. So it's not only one way. We start to look at the other kind of upcycling or other ways of earning to
Hmm.
survive.
Hmm.
I think this is I think few years down the line we'll look at this and think of it as, uh, it's like a awakening time for all of us,
Yeah.
because we learned a lot of things. We actually started forming the relationships, and I think we started making connections, and those, I think, will help us in next couple of years.
Awesome. That's nice. So how do you define success?
See, I was just telling you earlier, this question really stumped me, because we don't think about what is success,
True.
kind of a thing. So if I say success means, a lot of people think in money wise, or that I have a car, I have a home, I have blah blah.
Hmm.
I think for me personally, is success is getting to do exactly what you enjoy,
Yeah.
because I've seen so many people around me are stuck in a job they don't like.
Hmm.
They are just doing it because they have responsibilities,
Yeah.
or they are just doing it simply because there is nothing else, or they don't have that courage to go.
Hmm.
See, I after I did my degree in India, I went to England.
Oh.
I did my MBA there. I worked in a company, and After a while, it became so boring. I was getting good money, but the job was so boring. I used to get up in the morning and used to, no, not again. I don't want to do that job. So I left and came back to India. I said I don't want to work in a something where I'm not enjoying.
Yeah, true.
So that's kind of a thing I have realized that I will do. That in the morning, if I'm not excited to go to my work and I'm not excited to meet people, do whatever I want to do, I won't do it at all.
Mm.
And I think at this stage, that getting to enjoy, and also with this, with our work, newer generation keeps calling us and say, how can I contribute? Can I come and or I want to start something similar
Mm.
in my town or in my small village. And again, a lot of people say it's like a pride or something, but we do get plastic waste by courier from all across India.
Oh,
And
wow.
people been sending us almost, 5 6 years from Jammu to even Bangalore, Vizag, various places. And it's something small, or it could be get boxes. And I think that makes me a little bit like chuffed, is like, yes, somebody has heard it and somebody wants to join in and don't want to throw that plastic in that in their bin, and they want to make sure that it gets converted into fuel, which helps the villagers and people like
Yeah.
that. I think that's for me, that's a success,
Yes.
because you can make money, but that impact, if you can
Yeah.
have. See, I think up till now, we must have collected more than 25, 30 lakh kilos of plastic waste. Now, if you can save 1 kilogram of plastic waste, it's a 6 kilogram saving of carbon dioxide emission. So I think I would die happy that, at least I've contributed little for the climate change. And, instead of me saying a lot of things, we are actually doing it. And I think
Yeah.
for me, that's a success.
Yes. Yes. That is
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
It's true. It's true. Okay. So, what are the learnings that you have acquired in your professional journey while innovating, your product?
So much. I think when we started, we had no idea that we will succeed. We just started because we wanted to see what can be done. A lot of people said to us that, if you had a formal degree or something like that, if you're working, you would not think beyond, out of the box solutions. And yeah, maybe that's true, because our first company was market research. So
Hmm.
it taught us to ask questions,
Yeah.
because we used to get lot of people from various background, where we had no technical knowledge about that subject, but we knew what to ask and whom to ask, who is the right person to ask. I
Yeah.
think that has helped in forming of Rudra. It's simply because we started asking people, I do not know, can you help me?
Yeah.
Uh, Teach me, or tell me the way I understand.
Hmm.
I think what happens is, as we grow old, we do not like to admit that I don't know this. A lot of time we like to fib, or we like to say, yeah, I knew about that. But I think one thing we realize, that if you want to learn anything,
Hmm.
ask questions, and
True.
just be a student and say, hey, I don't know.
Yeah.
See, nowadays, you guys are, younger generation is so, techno savvy.
Yeah.
We get there, but we'll get it after 10 minutes. And
Yeah.
if I can save 9 minutes of it just by asking somebody, hey, how can I do this?
True.
That's a 9 minutes saved of my life, which I can do it, listen to music, or
Hmm.
do something about it.
Yeah.
So it's okay to not know everything in your life. And again, it's we have to never give up.
Yeah.
That my mother said, that if you start something, you need to finish it.
Yes.
So whether it can take some time, whether it's I'll give you example. I was doing my PhD, and after a couple of years, there was a malware in my
Hmm.
laptop, and I lost almost 80% of my work. It was just wiped out because it was like, okay, if you do this, we'll
Yeah.
pay us bitcoins, and then I
Oh,
said, no way, I don't have that much money first. And but thankfully, a lot of the data was on my email, which I've
oh,
sent
awesome.
it to my guide. But again, I had to, a lot of things I had to start from a scratch.
Hmm.
And it was actually because I had finished almost 80-85% of all the research and data. It was But I've said, okay, that's okay, it happens. So I used to sit every day after work half an hour,
Wow.
and I catched up after a month. And I think it's in a better way because I think that it turned out better than the first draft kind of a thing. So it was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
And it's okay to fail. I think that's the last
True.
lesson I've learned, that not always, life is not always fair.
Yeah.
And again, I like to do things. Lot of time people say I'm very straightforward. I'm too blunt sometimes. That's what I've been called. But I feel that it's no point taking it all home and bottle it
Absolutely.
up. Just say it, finish it off. And I don't want to answer it to that me at age of 60, 70, 80, where I have to think, what if, you
Hmm.
know, I should have done this. What if I would have done that?
True.
So I don't want to answer to that woman sitting on a chair saying, yeah, or maybe dancing at the club. You never know.
True.
So
Awesome.
that's it, really.
I love this. Okay. So in our Indian society, there is no denying that there's a fact that most of us women have added responsibility of family. So in such cases, there are high chances of women taking a step back, from their professional life to focus on family. How do you think women should find the strength of not giving up on their dreams and aspirations?
A lot of time, I think women define themselves.
Yes.
If you ask a woman, what do you do? The thing I hate most when women say, oh, I'm just a housewife. And I say, are you mad? There is no such thing as just a housewife. You are managers, you are cooks, you are cleaners, you are, everything, supervisors, everything. And do not say just. That's the one thing I hate. Women say that. Uh, but I think we all need to realize that everyone's life is different, everyone's journey is different. So when somebody says, oh, you have done a degree and you're sitting at home looking after your kids, isn't it that you are taking somebody else's chance of doing something better? And you just have to say that, so we should not feel bad about taking time or stepping back. But again you have to think that when you get a chance, whether you have responsibilities, you don't have responsibilities, we have to take it. When actually nowadays a lot of corporates are also offering women
Yeah.
a second job, second chance, that if you want to come back to work after 35, 50% of women,
Yeah.
and that's a huge workforce.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of them have realized that. So but if you want to step back, and if that's the right decision for you, yeah, don't feel guilty at all.
Not at all.
Do not feel ashamed at all that, oh, I have to do this, I have to done that, and never say that to your family, is because of you I'm here. It's your decision, stick
Yeah.
by it. A lot of time happens is it's a family decision as well.
Hmm.
A lot of time it is because in our house women don't work, or I don't want my wife to work, or
Hmm.
it could be anything. At the same time, I think, once I've seen a few of my friends that once you start staying back at home or step back, you just lose it. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to learn anything. You think, oh, there is no time. I
Hmm.
think everybody should, keep up with, what
Yes.
is happening in
Yes.
today's world, where things are going.
Yes.
Because a lot of people have the education, which is 10 years back,
Hmm.
and they don't have the skill sets of today.
Hmm.
So keep on learning, learn with your kids, learn, what is happening with the laptops, computers, what is happening, anything.
Yeah.
Or it could be education, it could be area of interest. Start reading, if I am, working in plastic waste management.
Hmm.
So I read about waste management, what is happening in the world,
Hmm.
what are the things people are doing in the world, whether it's innovations, whether it's collections, upcycling. Because unless and until I know, what's happening, I will not be able to prepare myself. So if you are, if you're okay with it, stick to it. And I think any age is good enough to take a plunge. We've seen quite recently, one of the IPOs coming where woman CEO started at the age of 50.
Yeah.
You know, she's the billionaire.
Yeah.
So age should not define us.
Not at all.
I think, and COVID has taught us a lot of things, because if you see around, many people actually became entrepreneurs. They
True.
started, no, and everybody started helping out in the house. Men realized that it's just the housework is how
It's
difficult
not.
it is. It's not easy. That
Yeah.
even sweeping, there is a science to it.
Yeah.
You need to bend down. You can't just do it
Stand up
like
and
that.
sweep.
Yeah, and it is difficult, and when
Yeah.
women have to do day in and day out.
Yeah.
But I think, I also blame women, because we do not, we love to be multitaskers. We
Oh,
like to
true.
be, we like to be, oh, I can do all,
Yeah.
and we hate to say, oh, I can't do it and I need help. Because we all want to be good mothers, good housekeepers, good businesswoman,
Yeah.
good a wife or girlfriend, whatever, and we hate saying, oh, I need help. But I think, asking for a help is a sign of a strength,
Yeah.
because that's when you know that your boundaries and you are okay. I think women will get it, because your generation is much way ahead.
Yeah.
And I think this new generation, I salute, because I speak to a lot of young women,
Hmm.
and they are so sure about what they want. They have a clear idea about their path in life. It is so amazing to watch this younger generation. I'm in awe of this generation, because it is so heartwarming to see that, yes, this is the way I want to be. And I think parents takes part of it, but I think this new generation. So I'm eager to see what happens. 10 years, 15 years, when these women become the in charge of the world.
It's also this generation, but I would also like give a little, credit to the parents, because they've gotten
Yes.
up, like they know. I feel they've learned, and then they've just carried forth to our generation. So I think
Yeah.
major
Yeah.
thanks also goes to them.
Yeah. I've said, they are brilliant as well.
Yeah,
But
true.
I think this generation, I think my generation is also very fortunate, because
Yeah,
we've seen so much changes in
exactly.
society, in technology, in everything,
Yeah.
and we are fortunate to know that what the CD player was. Before the time of everything is in your mobile. So
Yeah. Oh, I know. Sometimes you just feel like, oh, like 10 years or 15 years back, like this wasn't even there, and now everything is like just at your fingertip. You can
I
carry
know.
business from your phone. So
Yeah,
amazing.
it's brilliant though, isn't it?
It's
It's so exciting as well that maybe a few years down the line we'll be talking from the moon and Earth. You never know.
exactly awesome. Okay. Is there any message or advice that you would give to our young aspiring Indian entrepreneurs or women entrepreneurs?
Take a chance. We lot of time don't take a chance. We always want to have, one thing I've heard in last 10-15 days when I'm speaking to few people is, we are brought up to say, okay, don't go beyond your means. Stay in a secure job, stay in this, stay in that. But I think instead of saying, why can't we say, I'm going to, broaden my horizon. So and there are so many avenues now. There are so many organizations who are supporting women entrepreneurs. There are mentors. There are banks who will give special rates to a woman entrepreneur. Take it. It's there to be taken, and it's okay. You can fail. You can lose money, and that teaches you more. And maybe you can have another business that is more successful. So I think I feel that women are entrepreneurial no matter what. We just need that support. And instead of saying woman empowerment, I hate that word, by the way, because we are already empowered. I just think that we need that support, saying that okay, go ahead. You have a problem, yeah, come to me. You need a mentor, or you need somebody who can literally kick your behind and say, now get on with it, that kind of.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take some questions from the audience.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a couple of questions. Our first question is, where can we send our plastic waste if we want to get it couriered?
Okay. We are based in Pune. We are starting collection in Mumbai as well, or you can send us the by courier as well. Should I share the address after this, or
Yeah, you can
how?
share it with me, or is there
Yeah,
that they can go on your website and they can check?
yeah. There is a website called www.rudraenvsolution.com, and all our numbers, all our addresses are there. Or just Google us, and you'll find us somewhere.
Okay.
But we all have to think that we all need to segregate our waste where it is generated.
Yeah.
So we can't say our waste is somebody else's problem. And we need to say that we need to reduce, reuse, and make sure that it gets recycled. So if somebody wants to even think that they want to send it to us, that's a good it's really heartwarming to hear.
Okay. Our next question is, what kind of waste do you all accept?
We accept everything, except the thermocol, simply because thermocol is 98% air and 2% polymer. And right now there are many companies are doing recycling where they're making styrofoam thermocol into thermocol again. And the government has banned, especially in Maharashtra, they have banned the use of thermocol. I think it's getting into other states as well. So other than that, we take everything, even multi-layered packaging, like anything for the crisp package, or what we get for the tea, coffee, all the packaging. So we take everything. We don't discriminate. We'll take all kind of plastic.
Okay, that's nice. We have one more question. We'll take one more question. How do you face negativity from the society? Like, do you face any negativity from society?
But there are always going to be negative people. I think that I think motivates you to do more. They're always see, the moment people start talking so nicely or so positively, then you have to take step back and say, hey, there must be something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. There is something, either I'm living in a twilight zone or something. And there are always, but I think I've liked to believe in the goodness of people. And I think with this work, I have met some brilliant people. Otherwise I would not have met. People who are selflessly working towards spreading the word of plastic waste management, and some amazing known people, unknown people who are doing their part. And I don't think I would have been able to meet these people if we would have bogged down by the negativity. And negativity is going to be there. So what?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do anything.
It's a
Awesome.
yin and yang, that's the world. You
Yeah.
can't always be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't always
I
have
think you
that.
get negativity. You either like even if you do something good, you're gonna get negative. Even if you do something bad, obviously you're gonna get negativity. So I think you should just like
And,
what makes you feel good.
yeah. And I think I've come to realize that, even people talk about you in a negative way, at least you're making them think about you.
It's okay. Thank you so much. Is there any message or anything that you would like to say to our audience for the last time?
See, this is the only planet we have. We need to take care of it, because if we don't look after it, maybe a few hundred years down the line we may not have the earth as we know it. Last ice age came because of the change of temperature of zero point 0.5,
Yeah.
and we are working, all of us, world is working towards making sure that it does not increase by 1.5. See how much climate changes are happening. We're getting rainfall in November, December, temperatures are like crazy, and it is happening because of us.
Yeah.
We are the one, because I think plastic waste is, when we throw something, plastic pollution happens because is the amount we are using.
Hmm.
I'll just give you an example that, in last 40, 45 years, world has consumed and produced more than 8 billion metric tons of plastic. Out of that, only 9% has been recycled,
Wow.
12% has been incinerated, and 72% is still lying in our nature or in our oceans. And if we go on like that, in few years, by 2050, they say there is going to be more plastic than fish in the ocean. So, it's just that instead of saying, only one person, what am I going to do? Or, even if I'm just a one person, it's not going to have much impact on the greater thing. I think all of us need to say that even my contribution, even if it is, two wrappers that I save, are going to, is going to help the nature, is
Yeah.
going to help the environment. And that is what we need to do. We don't need to change the world. We need to change ourselves.
True. Change starts with us first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from us. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Dr. Medha, for your time and for educating us on this matter. It was lovely, sitting down with you and having this conversation.
Same
I
here.
hope you the best, and I
Yes,
am
thank you.
like I really hope people see this interview, get inspired, and send you the ways that they have.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Erica, for inviting. And I enjoyed, and thanks for asking me some thought provoking questions, because, some of them I really have not thought, but thanks for, for that. And I've really enjoyed, talking to you. So
Same,
thank
same.
you.
Thank you so much, and I hope you have like a
Thank
lovely
you.
weekend. And yours. Bye.
Same to you. Enjoy. Bye.